Zikona. Hi, Zikona, how are you? I think you are muted. You might be mute. There
Okay.
you go.
Can you hear me now?
Hi, I'm so glad you made it. How are you?
I'm so relieved I made it.
You
I'm
made it
here.
just fine. Thank you so much for coming. So I'll let you introduce yourself so my viewers can hear from you. Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'm Zikona Naledi Ndlovu. I
Yes.
am a scientist from South Africa.
Yes.
I am currently based in Pretoria because I'm doing an internship at a clinical research company.
Wow. Wow, wow, that's so interesting. Thank you so much again. So right now you are based in South Africa?
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much for coming, Zikona. I really appreciate. I was like, where is she? I hope she makes it. Thank you so
I was
much for
hoping I
coming.
make it.
Yes, you did. So, Zikona, so here it's a platform where we encourage girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And to see you where you are, it's such a marvel for people, for my viewers, and just me, and to showcase that there are women like you, like us, who are pursuing science and technology, engineering, and mathematics. So, Zikona, how did it start when you decided to pursue engineering, science? If you go back like maybe 4, 5 years, 10 years, what happened in your brain? Did your mother talk about science, or did you hear anyone? How did it start?
To be honest, in my family, I would say I was almost the only one who had an interest in science.
Yes,
So even amongst my siblings, I was the only one who actually had an interest in science. My sister was an autistic person. So
yes,
I think with me, the vision became clearer through my educational journey. So
yes,
starting from primary all the way to high school, I think as time went by, I became more aware of where I was stronger, where my
yes,
stronger suits were. So I would perform better in physical sciences and chemistry, and arts wasn't my thing. So I
yes,
think through my educational journey, it became clear that I was on the more scientific side.
yes,
Um, and then after high school, I didn't know what to do, to be
yes,
honest. I feel like I didn't have that much knowledge as to what other careers are available in science.
hmm,
So I ended up taking a gap year, then joined a science access program. And then
yes.
that's when I really found out more about the other careers that are available in science. And that's how I landed into clinical research.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. So, did your parents talk about science or people around you?
I would say my dad, but not that
Yes.
much still. My
Uh-huh.
dad was, I'm more like my dad. So, in terms of similarity
Yes.
in how we think, certain things like that, I would say I took it from my dad. But really, I think just being at school and having that educational guidance, that's where I really started knowing where I fitted in academically.
Wow, that's interesting. And sometimes we want to learn from how other scientists, how it happened from when they are growing up to where they are, because that will help the girls around to see how can they pursue, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So, what are the
Yeah.
other challenges that you've had concerning your career up to where you are right now that you can share with our viewers? Because sometimes they think it's abnormal when they start going through certain things. They think, oh, I should stop, and or this career I won't be able to pursue it. So what are some of your challenges that you encountered?
Some of the challenges I encountered, I would say maybe a lack of information. I think that
That
especially,
me too.
yes, especially amongst women, I would say there's not a lot of women that are speaking up about
Yes.
science and
Oh my God.
creating such platforms to,
Mm-hmm.
educate other females about
Yes.
science and the many careers that you can take on as a young woman in science. So I would say lack of information mostly.
Wow. So did you have what would you say, did you have a role model when you were growing up to see, oh, I want to be like that? Or is it this thing you are just pushing it, just coming out of you?
It literally was something that I would say I didn't have anyone that I knew that did science, that was my role model, that gave me information. There really wasn't anyone. I literally was guided during my educational journey. So yeah, I literally didn't have a role model at all.
Well, me as well, I didn't have a role model, and it was very difficult for me. Sometimes I wondered, I stumbled actually, that what is this I'm doing? Will it make sense? Am I going to get to the other side of the road? It was very difficult. And that's why I decided to make a platform like this, so that these girls that will watch you, Zikona, they will see that, okay, she has done it. She went through these things. That means I can also do it. Because can you imagine, I went through my career, I didn't see anyone, especially anyone who looks like me, number one. Anyone in particularly I pursued manufacturing systems engineer, and I could not see anyone who was doing that. So it was very difficult and very, very painful at the same time, because out your background you're thinking, will this make sense? But guess what? Today I'm testifying, I'm like, wow, thank God I did it. So now, I really, really understand when you say that, you also didn't have a role model. And most of my guests who come here, they say the same thing. So let's change this, right? Let's
Yeah.
change this and try to show these girls, what they can do, and, how they can do it. So the other thing I wanted to ask you is, we have different privileges. For example, I'm in the United States, we have different resources. You're in South Africa, there you have different resources. And there are other people around you, girls, that do not have the same privileges that we may have, or maybe that you had, or we all fought in some area. So what would you say to a girl growing up that don't have those privileges? How can you encourage them?
Personally, I would say take advantage um, of education.
Yes.
If you can be in a situation where you can be given a chance to study, take that
Yes.
opportunity and grasp it with both hands and work hard. And when you get to university, now at least now there's bursaries, there's a lot of funding options that are available.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
I would urge young girls to apply for those bursaries, and should they get them and get into varsity, don't waste time. Take it very seriously, and be self-dependent.
Yes.
Don't necessarily depend on your peers to
Yes.
assist you with your studies and so forth. Be independent, be your own person, and just work hard and make sure that you finish your studies. That would be my advice to young girls. Yeah.
Wow. And I see the drive in you and the passion. I can sense it. How did you get that drive of just getting that information, going to school? How do you get that?
I think, first of all, I'm a dreamer. I strongly believe in dreaming and working hard towards a certain goal. And I took advantage of lecturers. I would go to lecturers and I
Wow.
would speak to them and I would ask them
Yes.
questions. If not lecturers, even people, older students, PhD students that led our tutorials, I would speak to them. I would ask them questions,
Yes.
ask them what else is out there. And I think for me that really helped, because if I didn't ask questions,
Yeah.
then I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Wow. Thank you so much. Again, guys, Zikona is a clinical research intern at Synax in South Africa, and she's still pursuing education.
Yeah.
It's an example of a woman pushing STEM, encouraging other women to push STEM. And I'm so glad, Zikona, to have you. I would love to have you again, because you're still in your career. This is a very good example for people who are pursuing STEM to see you flourish and who you are becoming. Would really love to see you again and come and share STEM with us and hang out with us again sometime soon, if you can.
No, of course. This is such a great platform. Thank you for even creating it, honestly. I've always wondered if there was something like this somewhere. So this is great. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad personally to meet you. I can't wait to see, many things that we're going to do together and just hang out and, explore this system of STEM. Thank you so much. No, I really appreciate Zikoma. We'll see you soon, definitely.
Thank you so much. This is so amazing.
Thank you. Guys, thank you so much for watching my channel, guys. We've come to the end of the show today. And see you next Saturday, guys. Make sure you call everybody, call your kids, call your young ones, students. Let's learn from these engineers. Let's learn from these scientists who are pursuing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Guys, if you're coming here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to hear more and to participate as well. Thank you so much, guys, and ciao, ciao.